Good to have you guys here. This TMNYC here with XMUSIC. Why don't you let everyone know your names and where
Yeah,
you're
so I'm
from?
a producer, Brooklyn, New York. Been producing beats for shit about 2004, about 2005 when I met X. X, you got introduced, man.
Yeah, got you. Yeah. Lowkey X and LNX Music. Been producing since I was about 19. Once I linked up with Farron, and from Brooklyn, New York, Clan Hill, baby, stand up, the hills.
Oh yeah, that's cool, man. Um, so let's. This is my first time talking to you guys, but first let's make sure everyone you hit the thumbs up, please. It helps support these guys and helps the video get seen and everything. And hit subscribe and share this video too. Everyone appreciates it. Thank you. And let everyone know this is my first time talking to you guys. How you got started in music and everything. Because it's pretty amazing what you guys are doing. Let me just say first, I really like your
Thank
music. You know, you really knocked it out of the park with J. Cole and the Drake track and a bunch of other
mm-hmm,
stuff. But yeah, for sure.
mm-hmm.
Well, shit. Like I said, I've been producing since high school, and when I met X when we was in college and shit, we started to link. Just started just working the day we met. X started to produce. I mean, shit. I don't want to speak for X too much, but when I met him, like when we got like the chemistry that we had, that really things to work for us to our advantage. You know what I mean? It was more like we always joke around like a Stockton Malone. To where it kind of just works to our advantage. Where I'm lacking, he'll pick up wherever he's lacking, vice versa. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. Well said, bro.
Yeah. Well, what did you guys do in school growing up, and which school did you go to? And did you play any instruments or anything like that?
Yeah. Drums, a little bit of the piano, and we met in school in Queensboro. We both was doing audio engineering, and we both was outside the humanitarian building. Like, all right, all this school shit is cool, but like, I think we should just do some other shit as soon as we link up. You know what I mean? I think we'll do shit that about this fucking school if I could be honest with you. You know what I mean? We just linked up just off of chemistry, you know what I mean? And it just in that sense, you know what I mean? But we both was there studying audio engineering, just chasing it like everyone else.
Yeah. Did you you mean college, not high school, right?
Yeah,
that was college.
Well, what made you guys think you could do music? Because a lot of people they pick something else, like a doctor, lawyer, or any number of things. What made you think you wanted to do music?
Honestly, for me, I grew up listening to a lot of different music. My dad played a lot of different genres of music when I was younger, and I always was fascinated about music. And I never knew it was created with a producer, engineer. I just thought someone just get on stage and just start singing, and the music produces itself. And I started to learn actually what goes into making music, and I was very intrigued. And that passion started since I was younger, and that's exactly why I went to school for audio engineering. And it wasn't until then when I realized that, you know what, I want to create the music. I don't just want to mix the music, I want to create the music. And I had a passion and I believed in myself. And that's really was my drive and motivation into where we are today, where I am today. Me and my partner, my brother.
Oh yeah, did any of your parents do music at all?
No, my dad just listened to different type of music, all kind of jazz. Like I grew up listening to like, of course, the Curtis Mayfields, but like bands like Level 42. I listened to different type of music. So no, but he didn't play any instruments. He just played. He loved music as well. He loves music as well.
Okay.
Same thing with me as far as my folks. They didn't actually play it. Just the love of the music. I mean, I started to play it because I used to go to church with my grandmother, and I used to get bored with church, and they're like, all right, well, you better pick up an instrument and figure it out every Sunday, or, you know what I mean? So she's really, RIP to my grandmother, because she's really the one that really, like, put an instrument in my hand and really made me realize, like, all right, you just can't run around in church like it's a playground, you know? Like, you got it. And so it kind of worked out. So shout out G-Moms, you know?
Yeah. So what music did you grow up listening to, like as a kid? Because I think you guys are about as old as me, but what really made a mark on you?
Damn, I can't even call out a band because I'll feel like I'll be forgetting a bunch of people. If you was from New York and the whole Light FM 106.7, was all of that, like everything from Curtis Mayfield, like I said, like Haitian music, French music, everything. Like for me, growing up was
Michael Jackson.
I mean, obviously, like the greats.
Yeah, Prince. Yeah,
for
definitely
me,
a lot of Prince.
Yeah, they play a lot of different genres in my house, and growing up, like it made me really tap into like sound and music and shit. Yeah, of course, everything. Like, to be honest with you, it was a bunch of everything.
Yeah, definitely. And let everyone know out there, some people you work with, the bigger people, like let everyone know so they can check it out. I was gonna mention that at the beginning, but yeah.
Well, after the J. Cole record, we worked with various artists. It was Joel Ortiz, Hitmaker, like a few people placements.
Lloyd
Banks, Tony Ayo.
And before the In the Morning record, we worked with Yayo.
Yeah, before that.
Facts.
Got records out there with a few people. Amari Hardwick, Fat Joe, Ambrosia. Shout out Marsha. Definitely was a big piece in connecting me with a lot of these artists.
Wait, what did you say?
Yeah.
You cut out. What did you say?
You can hear me now? Hello?
Yeah, you cut out. You said something connect.
No, I said Amari Hardwick. He's a big piece. He's a big reason why we was working with a lot of these artists like Fat Joe, Marsha Ambrosia.
Who's that? I don't know.
Amari Hardwick, Ghost from Power. I don't know if you know.
Oh, okay. Oh, a DJ or something?
Nah, the Ghost Power, like the show Power.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, he was the main character. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but him really got me around Marsha Ambrosia, Fat Joe, and the few artists we are working with.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, I just want to let everyone know out there who might not have heard of you. You know what you guys do for sure.
Absolutely.
So what was the first CD or tape you guys bought? You know, I was wondering.
The first CD I ever bought. Damn, that's a good question. You know what's crazy? It might have been Black Rob Life Story. I was in 8th grade.
Okay.
The actual CD, it might have been Black Rob Life Story. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the first CD I bought, I was late when I bought it because I was real young, but I bought Illmatic. Honestly, I bought Illmatic, even though I didn't buy it when it first came out because I was real young, but I bought it later on and really dived into it.
Oh, you first bought that.
What happened?
I was about to say, Illmatic, that's 9-3. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't buy it then. I bought it after.
Yeah,
that's probably one of my first joints. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know he's from Queensbridge Project, so everyone go watch my interview with Piff Jones. I know he's cool with him, yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
dope.
Yeah. So so going back to when you're growing up, like what really made you guys? I don't think I heard the answer exactly, but what made you guys think you could do music exactly? Because a lot of people like maybe think it's not for them, but were you like fiddling around with music, making songs before you went to college, or with friends, like making beats, or like what happened?
I think honestly, real quick, my fault, bro. I think honestly, we, like I said earlier, we believed in ourselves and we knew we could do it, and we got an ear. Like we know what sounds hot, we know what doesn't sound hot, and we heard what was hot, we heard what we was doing, and we had like this different sound that we came with, and it took off. You know, it took off because of the different sound, and we know what sounds hot, right? The science behind the music, right? The frequency ranges, and we studied that as well, and I guess that's what separates us from some of the individuals that may not be producing at a level that they should be, you know.
And to add on to that as well, when me and X first met up, we definitely used to do beats and hang out and do the music and hang out and do this, chase this dream that everyone else is chasing. But I think what separated us from I guess everyone else, it was we started in 2005 as far as doing music, and as soon as we started to do music, like I said, 2006, the Tony Ayo record struck a match. I've been doing music with people, and me personally, I'm talking about Farenheit, I've been doing music with people way before that. I got OGs and older cousins that put me onto this music, and one is definitely chance. It depends on who you know. We all know how that goes. But at the time, as soon as I clicked with him, that started to happen. We got the Ayo placement. So we both looked like these things don't just happen like that.
Was
Like,
that right after you graduated college, or was that?
well, I graduated in '04,
Oh, okay.
03, 03, 04, but the Yayo record came out in '06.
Yeah, about that time.
So what I'm saying is, I would see him around the neighborhood, you know, mutual friends. I'd see him around, and when we started to connect and do music, whatever we did, within a year, we got a Yayo.
Results happen. Yep.
I'm looking at him like, all right, I've been doing beats, and there's a bunch of other producers that make a bunch of dope shit all the time, and a bunch of other creatives that do a bunch of shit that they do. But within 1 year, we striking some kind of match, and we kicking up some dust. That means we just at this. So
that's a fact.
After that, add on to that answer is, yes, definitely who you know and how you get around, but what are the chances of that down to the In the Morning record? Because that's my brother, but had I not know X, I'm not sure how that would work out itself neither. You know what I mean? So that's why I always respect the relationship that we had, because it's like Stockton Malone, like I said in the beginning of this conversation, where I'm lacking, he picks up. Where he's lacking, I pick up, and that's how we kind of happens.
And to add on to that, it'll be times that I vividly remember where Farron will be in the studio working on beats, and I'll have beats on me, standing in front of Hot 97, running into all these artists. Like I met Pharrell, I met Busta Rhymes, I met all these people, 50 Cent, that I actually handed beat CDs to and music to. And honestly, that's exactly how the Yayo placement happened, because I gave the CD to 50, you know? And when he's working, I'm working, you know? No matter what area we're working in, we consistently working.
Yeah, I was just wondering, in the beginning or earlier on, was there any people from your area where you're from, like in Brooklyn or your, block or wherever you lived at the time, that were doing music at the time that kind of showed you the ropes, or you kind of looked up to, or anything like that?
Well, I'll let you rock.
Yeah. So really quickly, my cousin Kari actually. When I was focused and I knew that I wanted to do this music, and when I was actually in school, my cousin Kari introduced to the other fan, the Juggernauts, and I used to go to the Bronx and work out of the studio, Juggernaut Studio. You know, shout out to the Cat Fever, Perido, but yeah, so that's actually how I got into the music and got into the studio aspect of it. My cousin Kari, you know, and we, like I said, we went to the studio in the Bronx.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as me, I had older cousins from Queens. Shout out Bones. That's who put me on the beats. That knowing that it was even possible to create music in your house and be able to just be a creative in your home. And yeah, like I said, I always looked up to them because they were like the older cousins that just looked over the little cousins when the parents did whatever they had to do. And just seeing equipment in the house, like. Yeah, just like X says, like we're thinking you get on stage and the music just creates itself. Versus like, all right, I go into someone's house that looks like mine with a bunch of equipment, and I could do that same thing that he's doing and creating sounds and genres and feelings for people. And that's when I really knew, like, that's exactly what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
Okay, cool. I try to make my channel a little bit educational, so. Some people don't deserve it, but I still try to make my channel a bit educational regardless. But say when you guys went to college, what's some things that you learned, and some really important things that you still use to this day?
From college?
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you ask.
So from college, honestly, what I did learn is I actually learned the music theory. I learned music theory. I learned about key signatures. I learned about the circular fifths, triads, chords, and I learned that, and I definitely applied that to the music. So I definitely could take that with it. Another thing I learned, honestly, from I believe it was Professor Hess. He taught music business, and I learned a lot. That was a very important class, the music business, and I definitely take that from college, and recommend you definitely take a music business class, especially in this industry, because the business is everything, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. What I was gonna say is, I watched a video. I think it was pretty interesting. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I'll send it to you later. But it was on John Coltrane, and it was about how he did some amazing stuff with his old jazz music, and he like went around this music wheel and played all this ridiculous stuff. Like it was ridiculous to watch. Like it was like mind blowing the stuff he was playing. But since you know about chords and chord structure, I'm sure you'd be surprised by watching it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What's another takeaway you learned from school?
I
Anything else?
mean, shit. As far as me, I mean, as soon as I got into school, like as far as college, because college, see, I don't want to get too deep and get over it, but like college, obviously, like you go for what you want to, you know, do for you and like life and stuff. So cool. Engineering. As soon as I tapped in, it got way too technical for me because I just wanted to just create music and just produce. So I was only there for like 2 years, about a year and a half, until I realized like, all right, it didn't really work out for me. But what it did teach me was structure. So just like X was saying, you don't like, all right, cool, you can make beats, but you do want to have some kind of foundation of sound and theory and music. So whatever instrument, pianos, drums, timbales, whatever that is, you still want to have some kind of essence. So that did give me some kind of background information. As far as music, I met a lot of dope people. I met my partner, I sold a million records with. So if college taught me something, connect with great people that do
networking,
So if it taught me something, for sure, that's something that's forever in my heart. You know what I mean? And structure as well. You know what I mean? Structure and some kind of like certainly what you doing. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So how was it that you went? Oh, there's one thing I was gonna ask you. What's up with this software that I've seen online? Like it's like this artificial intelligence software. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but I'm sure somebody has because I've seen it. But it like basically writes songs and it uses like artificial intelligence, and you could plug in certain words as like a parameter and the certain genre and how many bars, and it kind of writes songs for you. Like, and I heard that that's getting pretty damn good. Have you guys heard about that?
I haven't.
Okay.
It's like this is where we will still have these arguments and these talks about how music has gotten watered down. Because if somebody's doing all that for you, where's the feeling?
Yeah, I totally agree. I was just asking if you heard of people using it because I know it's out there. So I was just wondering. Yeah.
Just music production in itself, like our parents alone can make beats versus what it was coming up. You know what I mean? So
you made music.
Yeah,
a lot of instruments.
You know, it's doing all that for you. Like, me personally, whatever works, whatever feels good for you, as long as you can be the producer and manipulate, make it something of substance. Shoot for the moon for sure, but like that's why we'll always have this Robotnik microwave kind of music if those exist.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just getting your opinion on it if you heard of it, but yeah, that's cool. So fast forward to after you left college with Tony Ayo and stuff. What happened after that? Like, and how did you link up with J. Cole? Because I heard he's like affiliated with Jay-Z. I think at the time he had signed him when he came out with his first album. So, did you ever meet Hove? And how did that all come together? Or was there something else before that you want to talk about?
So first, I want to say this to add on about the college. Also, what college taught me was to incorporate live instrumentation in your music. That's how you separate yourself from the rest. And clearly, it shows. We was able to sell 1 million records plus by putting live instrumentation in. So that's exactly a point that I wanted to make. How we met Cole was we met actually Cole through who is his wife now, through Melissa. I went to school with her. We went to school since 3rd grade, and we stayed in contact. We were close friends, and she actually went to St. John's. And when she went to St. John's, I was in Queensboro. And at the time, she was like, the guy that she was dating, she was like, he does music too. You guys should link up. And, whenever you hear that, you be like, all right, another rapper, So that was the take on it. But I was like, let me give him a shot and hear what he has to say, honestly, and hear what he does. He also was a producer. So she actually connected us, and we met, and it was great vibes. And that's when I found out at that time he produced music himself. And that's pretty much how that relationship started. It was through Melissa, his wife.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. At the time, were you ever dealing with Jay-Z or anything like that, or you ever see him or anything? Because I think at that time, because I remember those days, I think he was signed to Jay-Z or Rock Nation or whatever.
Just to put out there, maybe everyone doesn't know, we was working with J. Cole before he even got signed. Right.
Oh,
our record, because what everyone hears now, they hear the In the Morning remix. That's the remix. right?
Yeah.
Faren started the beat, we finished it, and like I think it was '07. So J. Cole used that record on the pre-warm-up to the warm-up. It was a demo CD which he was shopping, and that's one of the records that got him signed to Jay-Z. It was a 6-song demo, which In the Morning was on there. And some other records too that actually made his first album. So that's what helped him get signed with 3 verses of just Drake. With just J. Cole. Later on, about 3 years later, that's when Drake called J. Cole and pretty much was like, I love all your music, but this one right here, save me a 16 if you do it. And that's how it happened, you know. But that record was an old record that wasn't even being used anymore, you know. It just so happened that like Farron said, it takes a little bit of luck, it takes God, you know, it takes skill, and just all the stars lined up for that record, being honest with you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You guys are a part of that. That's part of music history for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. What was your favorite track on that album, or what was some really good? You know, yeah. What's your guys' favorite on that album? You know, on A Cold World. Did you guys actually do the whole album, or you only do a few songs?
No.
I'm not sure.
We did on. Go ahead, my fault, bro.
No, you're good. My favorite is In the Morning, and we only did it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure about that. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah. All right. My personal favorite, obviously, I'm gonna say, you know, In the Morning, and second to that, I'm gonna say Can't Get Enough. I like that song too.
Okay, nice. And I would assume a lot of people don't do the right things, but I would assume that as soon as you got out of college or as soon as you started making music, you had your BMI and ASCAP and all that stuff going.
Yeah. We were actually the company that took care of it.
Oh, good. That's what's up.
Everything was the right way for sure. Yeah.
That's good. So how was it to see a check, especially from them and from Drake? That must have been incredible, right?
Yeah, you know, honestly, but even before the check, to see, you know, the signatures to sign off on the record, because you know nothing is official until the contracts are signed. So when we saw J. Cole's signature, we saw Sony's signatures. When we seen that, we was like, this is real. Yeah. Now it's real. Now I believe it. This is big. Before the record sold $1 million, you know, that was big for me in itself, being in those buildings and our name being around those buildings. I mean, that was amazing to me. That was a great time. And we were young. We were like kids. We were still like, what, 22, 23 or something like that? We were still young.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so did you guys, were you ever around Jay-Z at all, or no? You weren't ever around him or nothing?
No, I had no affiliation with Jay-Z.
Okay. Yeah, so were you ever with J. Cole in the studio at all? I mean, I assume you probably were. What was he like?
I'm gonna let you go crazy.
All right, no doubt. Yeah, so were we in the studio with J. Cole? Absolutely. We actually, before even the In the Morning record happened, we was under another management company. And we will be frequent in the studio with each other. We didn't work at that time, but that's when In the Morning actually was created, you know. So the beat was already done, and long story short, not to get into it, he heard that beat, I believe, in that studio or at his studio in Queens, and you know, that's how that happened. So we actually worked on it when Drake got on it. That's when we actually got back together and worked on the record and added live instruments. Shout out my boy Nate on bass, Nate Jones. Huge bass player. I have to say that. All right. He played on In the Morning, and we still work with him to this day. We got some new stuff coming out. Crazy. But that's when we worked with J. Cole when we recorded the sessions for Drake.
Was Drake ever in the studio with you guys, or did he just send over the file?
Yeah, he just sent over the files. He was on tour during that time. And if you notice on the In the Morning record, I know it's so long ago, but he sounds very hoarse, which, like I said, the stars align. It sounds great. So if you're going to have the In the Morning record, you're going to have someone sound like they just woke up. But he was actually hoarse because he was performing like every damn night. Yeah. So that's the version we got. We got a hoarse version, which it just fit and it worked. And that would help us go platinum. Just everything just aligned up perfectly. There's nothing I can say about that.
Yeah. I just want to let everyone know. I think he was definitely with, obviously with Young Money at the time. But everyone go check out my interview with Baby E, who was with Young Money too. It's a great interview about the music business, about Juicy J and Lil Wayne and all kinds of stuff. Check that out. But yeah, anyway, I think you guys might find it interesting too. But yeah, so what was
Definitely.
some good times with J. Cole in the studio? Like, what was did he write anything down, or was he just going freestyling, or what? Did you get to see him do any other tracks, or was that the only
Absolutely,
one?
absolutely. The crazy thing is we even have video of those times. But I think when we went and re-recorded in the morning, that was a great time, obviously, because what we created. But my favorite time is when after that, I think it was like a year or two later, we actually had flew out to his house in California, and we stayed there for a few days, and we was working on his second album. I believe it was Born Center, and that was probably interesting and great time. So it was my first time to Cali, just a different vibe, and we made some amazing music out there as well. You know.
What songs did you make off that album?
Um, to say honestly, the songs we worked on, I know specifically we worked on about 6 songs that we had, and they never was released.
Oh, they didn't make the cut. Maybe they'll come out one day. But
No,
okay, as a B
I
side or
hope
something.
so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
hope
definitely.
so, because we had some music. We had at least 5, 6 records with them.
Okay, well, what? Oh, what were you gonna say?
No, for sure, he's correct. He's right.
Yeah, what was he like in the studio? He was just, what? Explain like what he was like. Anything else? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah. So
typically, like any artist, my fault to cut you off,
no,
Max.
go ahead.
Like typically, I wouldn't say like any artist. I take that back. Everyone has their process and how they do what they do. But when we were there with him, we would just, we'll run the records. If he feels something and he's ready to record, everybody gotta get the fuck out.
I was about to say that. I was about to say that.
He's very, very. Back then, you know what I mean. He was on point with whatever he wanted to do. He'll have everybody chilling there and everybody cool and doing what they do. But once he got whatever he got, everybody gotta get out. He just needs his engineer and he's just getting to work.
cool,
Facts.
cool, huh? So yes, yeah. What happened after that? Like after with J. Cole, and was there ever any more talks with him? Like after you did a little bit on his second album, those tracks that didn't come out, was there ever anything after that?
Yeah, we would talk, but I mean, after a while, he started to just elevate as an artist and
Yeah.
get in touch with different producers, different management. I guess his whole way of going about the music was just different, So he just and then on top of him, he's a producer as well. So whoever he collaborated with, there'd be, just as soon as Forest Hills dropped, you saw that's obviously from his previous albums where he started to incorporate more collaborations with different artists and different people. So,
Okay. Huh. Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask you about a few people. Like what happened with Fat Joe? I was wondering how did that come together, and what track did you do for him?
Well, that was Amari Hardwick. I had a record with Amari Hardwick recently, about 2, 3. No, I'm sorry, about a year ago. And it was just a Fat Joe collaboration. He called me on it and said, "Yo, you got a record that Fat Joe got, jumped on," and that was that. It was kind of just one of those. It was kind of 1, 2, 3.
Okay, you weren't with him in the studio or nothing.
I haven't sat with him, no.
Oh, okay, all right. What track? What was it called? Do you remember?
Well, it's not out. It's not even out.
Oh, okay.
That was about to be out, but it's not actually out.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask you, what's some things that you've learned before you dealt with J. Cole and then after? Have you learned some things about the music business or about what not
I
to
learned a
do,
lot.
what to do, things like that?
Yeah, you learn that there's no friendship in this business. You learn that everybody has a goal and they'll do anything to get to that goal and achieve that goal, no matter what it is. Don't trust anybody, and if it's not in black and white, it didn't happen, and it ain't gonna happen. So only go with whatever's in those contracts. That's all that matters in this music business.
Yeah, I think you'd like my interview with Loose Cannon. He was best friends with Nipsey Hussle. He said the same thing. You can't trust nobody. I
Nobody,
asked
can't
him. I
trust
said,
anybody.
who do you look up to? He goes, nobody.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Everyone, check
Yeah.
out that interview. It's a good one. He has a song
I
coming out
definitely
with
want to check
Drake
that
soon.
out.
Yeah.
A lot.
Dope. I definitely want to check that out.
Yeah.
A lot of artists come in, especially when you're an artist and you're creative. You just want to just express your creativity, and as soon as you jump into the cesspool of how people really are, it could take a toll on you.
Yeah, there's not too many people who are like real people. They're mostly like Just, yeah,
that's true.
shysters.
That's
Yeah, I
true.
know what you're saying. Did you ever have any words with Drake or no?
Nope.
Yeah, we did.
Well,
We did. Remember? Yeah, actually, I'm gonna shout out my boy Miller. It was one time, Drake was in. I forget what the name of the club. It wasn't a club. It was a spot in Brooklyn where everybody went to. A lot of rap performances they had. I forget the name of it. But my boy Miller hit us up and was like, "Yo, Drake is there. You should go holler at him." And I think I was in the Bronx. I think I was on my motorcycle at the time or something like that. I think I just drove. I rode the bike, got to Brooklyn from the Bronx quickly, and I actually ran into Drake. And he actually was speaking to 40 at the time when I ran into him. And I just pretty much was like, I introduced myself, let him know that I appreciated him jumping on the record. It was dope. And we exchanged contact information. I met his his DJ. I think the DJ at the time was Future, his manager, something like that. And we connected, but nothing actually happened after that. But yeah, we did meet Drake. We met a lot of people, honestly.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
During that time, shit, we met Kendrick Lamar too.
Okay.
During that time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know Marsha Ambrosius has been doing her thing, especially she did some classic records with Nipsey Hussle, and other people too. So what was your dealings with her?
Yeah, same thing. Amari Hardwick. Shout out Amari here again. Like, it's a record that they cut together that was supposed to actually be on Amari's project for sure. And again, same kind of deal with Fat Joe, where he just called me and was like, "Yo, these records are incredible. Marsha loves them, and we're doing them." You know?
Oh, so they basically paid you for them and never wound up putting them out? They're like sitting in a vault somewhere?
Well, I'm not sure if they're sitting in the vault. I'm just not sure what project it's going on or how they go about it.
Okay.
And so I'm not really, I don't want to say what they're doing with it or not, but I just know Old Dog that's my guy forever, and he makes sure whatever records he jumps on from me, like he definitely, he keeps me in the loop with everything and whatever's going on. So that's all. Both of those records were through him.
Okay. How about Hitmaka? Wait, did you ever speak with Marsha Ambrosius, or no? It was just dealings with through her person or through her manager or through whoever.
Oh, yeah.
Well, did she ever describe what type of beat she wanted, or you just sent her a pack, or how'd that all come together? I was wondering.
No, it through O had the pack, O had the music.
Oh.
He jumped on. She loved it, and it kind of just was that until they knew what was going on with O, and with the music or the album or whatever they were putting out as far as the project.
Okay. How about Hitmaka?
Yeah, the way that came about was interesting. We were dealing with pretty much it wasn't our exclusive manager, but this individual was like a manager. And we used to send her a lot of music, and I believe she sent it out to Hitmaka. And this was a while back. But he liked one of the records. He loved one of the records. He actually cut the record. He did the record, and he put it on his project, Chicago Redemption. And that was a placement right there,
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was that record called again?
What was the name of that? I think it's Somebody Like.
Okay, I have to check that out.
Like on a Chicago Redemption mix that he put out.
Nice. I was wondering, have you ever crossed paths with A-Rap Music at all?
No.
Okay. Okay. How about Pop Smoke? Because you guys are from Brooklyn. No.
No, I didn't personally know.
Okay, just wondering. Okay. And I heard about that the track Timbaland shouted you out on. What's the story with that? Because that was crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit. That was just Timbaland hit me directly on Instagram. He would just tell me to send him some records, send him some beats, he'd give his take on it, and that's it. And then one day I posted it, and they just reposted it. Like, wow, this joint is dope. Shit is fire. You know what I mean? Like, Timbaland's doing a lot of stuff with a lot of producers and upcoming writers. With Beat Club rather, like collaborating with a bunch of like different talents and shit. So, but I caught that before Beat Club was kind of
Really?
Yeah, it was like way before. Like this was like 2016, 17, and he's like, "Yo, just send me beats," and he sent me his email, and then that's how that happened.
Yeah, well, if he gave you a cosign, that means something. You're pretty, your beats are hot. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was one of my well, besides my cousin, like I told you, put me on, and they had all the equipment. Besides them, Timbaland was definitely you know, one of the ones that I was like, wow, I need to get my shit.
Did you ever talk with him anymore after that, or not really? Because I know he's doing like beat contests and stuff like that on his page before, on his channel.
I would be in and out, but not full blown conversations, but we'd speak in and out, you know, for sure.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So what happened with Murder Mook? Because I know you guys did a track with him and stuff.
Oh,
like, how'd that come together? Because he's crazy.
Yeah, he's definitely sick with it. Shout out to my boy Nova Price. That was actually through him. He's another artist from the Bronx that he's doing his thing as well. And long story short, he pretty much was like, we're gonna get on this song with Murder Mook. I'm like, all right, dope. So we obviously produced the record, and he sent it to Murder Mook. He was like, yo, this is fire. And actually, we did go to the studio. And the thing with Murder Mook, which is dope, is that he writes right on the spot. Excuse me, let me correct that. He doesn't write.
Yeah,
he does not write anything down. He creates the song right on the spot without writing anything down. So he just starts rapping and putting it together. And then like a few minutes later, bang. And he killed it too. So did my man Nova too.
Were you guys ever with him in the lab when you made that track, or other times? No.
Well, not when we created the track originally, but when it was time to record the song, we definitely was in the studio with him. We actually had footage of that too, and I think some of it is on our Instagram as well. But yeah, we were definitely in the studio together, finishing that record up. Or came out fine.
Nice. I was wondering, what have you guys been working on now? Like, and what or some other big stuff you did? Is there anything I missed? Like, I was just wondering.
Okay, I'm let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah. No, I thought you wanted to say something, Farron. Yeah. So, pretty much other big things we did. We did some stuff back in the day, some big names back in the days. Actually, this artist named Sky Zoo, which is pretty dope from Brooklyn. So we produced for him as well. What we have.
What did you do? Just say what you did, because so people can look it up. What is it called? What is it?
What was the name of the record, bro? Remember?
Yeah, I forgot the name of the record.
I forgot the name of the record. Yeah, but okay. I remember the beat. It was this, we ended up flipping this sample, this Mambo sample, and he ended up jumping on that, and that's how we did a song together like that. But I forget the name of it though. But he definitely put it out. It was tough. Nice. That was years ago though. Yeah.
Well, this future, we're definitely working with a few. We can't really say the names of what's going on, but it's definitely some really big heavy hitters.
Yes, it is.
Again, within the past month, can't really.
Yeah, I can use my imagination and probably figure out who.
yeah, but we definitely been working with some big artists now, which is great.
Like big execs that could put us that's working on a few things for us.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And explain your process in the studio, like, because I know you guys play, keyboard and other things. And what's all the instruments you guys play? Because I've seen the videos of keyboard. What else?
Well, yeah, I mean, keyboards for sure. I mean, we produce. That's the thing with us. Like, we'll start in the studio with literally our drum set. And it'll be a bunch of drums, and then X jump on the timbales, and somebody will cut a sample, and my boy Nate will jump on the bass, and it kind of just comes. It's this organic thing. I mean,
hey, you guys ever heard of 1500 Nothing? You guys remind me of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're ill, man, for real. Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, he's sick. Yeah.
To that, it's very similar to that, where it's like where way they produce, how they produce is like that's what we're doing for like New York, where it's like, oh yeah, we run through all these MPCs and Logic and Fruity Loops, and we do all of that, but we get real musicians to incorporate top of what we do, and so someone's like, and Dungeon Family and Rico Wade and all these dudes, like all of that, we're trying to bring back like just music, just good music back to into the culture.
Yeah.
Nice, cool. Yeah. So yeah, can you explain a little bit more about how you cook up a great beat, or your studio process, or anything like that, just for people, just.
Yeah, for me, it's feeling. You know what I mean? Once we jump up in, it feels good. It's just kind of, if we're working on something cool, if it's like a task where it's like, all right, we're looking for R&B beats, or we're looking for house beats, so we're looking for some, then that's fine. But as far as just getting in the studio, as far as me and X, how we do what we do is literally just an organic. We both going through our playlist of old samples, old beats. It might be a beat from 2007 that we want to revamp and like bring back to life. It's not even a process where and we just make a quadrillion beats and everything is fire. It's like a real organic with how we create the music. You know what I mean?
Nice. I just want to remind everyone, make sure you drop a comment and you hit the thumbs up. Help support the video. Appreciate it. And I was wondering from you guys, so you guys actually, I thought you guys just did hip hop, but you actually do other types of music too? Like other types of beats?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that.
Everything.
And I'll jump in the studio and do a polka session if I got It's just gotta peel away. That's what I mean by like it's organic, and we don't go in there like just trying to do everything and be extra. It's just really like, yo, if we jump with a polka artist and her vocal ranges sound good, and we got this bop, and we can mix it with whatever. It's almost like what Neptunes did with the world. That's
what's up, man. So I was wondering, what's some of your top 5 producers of all time in your opinion? You know.
Wow, that's a great question.
Like for each one of you separate, like.
All right. So I have. I'm gonna just shoot. No order. Quincy Jones, Timbaland, Dr. Dre, Pharrell Williams. And my last one would have to go to. My very last one would have to go to my actual cousin that put me onto music to begin with.
Cool.
What's his name? Shout him out.
That's Bones, Jerry Bones.
Yeah, Jerry Bones.
Put me on the music. That's my 5. Like, where I be, everybody else is an inspiration. I can learn a few things from everyone. Obviously, this whole music shit is gumbo, and like you just tap into whatever you tap into to make the best of. But those 5 for me did it, and that's why I do what I do till I die.
Yeah. My 5, I don't know who's coming to my mind right now, but as far as inspiration, I'm gonna say Prince. Yes, he's an artist, but he's definitely was a hell of a musician, a songwriter. We all know Prince's legacy.
Oh yeah, but, I like him too.
That definitely I would say Prince. As far as hip hop, I gotta say Just Blaze. Everybody know I love Just Blaze. Music. Definitely going to say Kanye. Definitely going to say Timbaland. And yeah, you forgot Easy. You violated. Yeah, and I'm going to say the big homie Dr. Dre. You can't. Come on, you got to put Dre in there.
Definitely can't. Definitely forgot Easy. I'm sorry, Easy. Don't come for me.
What
he
your
gonna
favorite?
Be mad at, I didn't even say his name first, right?
I definitely cannot forget Kanye West.
You guys like Watch the Throne? Because that's actually one of my favorite, man, for sure.
Hell yeah.
That shit is so hard, yeah.
You gotta give it up to Hit Boy. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, come on. You gotta give it up to Hit Boy. What he's doing right now. What he's been doing it.
Oh, yeah, I like Hit Boy, too,
Yeah, he's getting acknowledged for what he's doing, which is crazy.
You like Mike Dean? Because I know he did a lot of production for tons of people.
Yeah,
I like him.
Yeah, Mike Dean is dope, too. Yeah,
he did Travis Scott, all types of people, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kanye. Yeah. They fired, too. Kid Cudi's my guy, too.
Cool. Yeah, well, I appreciate you guys talking. I just want to let everyone know about you guys, and anything else you want to tell the people, like what can you look out for? Can you tell them, maybe you can't see the artist or something, but can you tell you'll have a few projects out or anything you can say at all, like of what's coming?
Not our project individually. I got an instrumental project, Farenheit the producer. You could check that out. X got one as well, but you can look out for a lot of dope shit that we about to. Just listen out for LNX Music, Farenheit the producer, Lowkey X. We got a lot of dope shit coming out with a lot of dope people. Shout out my boy Punch, another
shout out Punch,
person career. You're the Punch, Takashi's DJ, Young M.A.'s DJ. He was on This Is 50.
Oh, I know him. Yeah, I know him. Yeah. He was gonna take over Hot 97 for a minute there.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's my guy too, but
that's the bro.
Everybody who fucks with us, and just look out for what we.
So I have a question. What's going to be on your solo projects? Is it going to be featuring anyone or just you, all you?
Well, the solo projects we have now are just instrumentals that we have now as far as what's out. But what we have coming out, like I said, I couldn't share exactly who the artist is with, and the ink didn't dry yet. So I can't really say anything. But definitely look out for the actual just us, XMUSIC, Farenheit, Lowkey X, and what we certain artists. You just kind of gotta wait for it because they woke the giants for sure. They woke us up.
Nice. So I expect that we can expect some more, gold and platinum records from you guys for sure in the future. Because I know that's coming.
I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure of that. 100%. I do want to shout out really quickly. I do want to shout out some artists that we've been working with closely. Like I want to shout out my guy Timeless Vids from Brooklyn. He's up and coming. He's nasty. He actually produced pretty much like half his last project. Definitely got to shout out the whole Timeless music group. And like I mentioned earlier, my guy Nova Price from the Bronx. So definitely got to shout them out real quick.
Nice. Yeah. I appreciate you guys coming through, man. It's been really good talking to you.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Yep. Any way you could just give me a shout out to NYC?
Yeah. Go ahead, Farron. Farron's nice with those.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
You got it?
No, I got it. I just want to move from the noise.
Oh, okay. You said Team NYC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out my man Team NYC for having us. Definitely was a great interview. Asked a lot of great questions, got to know us more and allowed us to explain our pretty much story to the world. And we got a lot more coming. So shout out to you, man. Thank you for having us. Definitely appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate you guys too, man.
Salute Team NYC. Appreciate everything, man. You valid with us. Whatever you need, bro. Let's get to it.
Yeah, it's a fact, man. I appreciate you guys too. God bless, man.
Yeah.
Take care.
All right, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.